My name is Lisa Orsino. I'm nurse manager here at Kindred Sahara in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is my partner in crime, John. John's been a patient with us since May. Prior to John's arrival, he was in a motor vehicle accident. He was ejected from his vehicle. So when he came to us, he had a degloving of his back half of his skin. Also, he was respiratory dependent, vent dependent. He needed antibiotic therapy. He had major fractures throughout his entire body.
I guess I'm lucky to be alive.
When John first arrived to us, and he was still in restraints and in the room, we had his bed up against the wall for safety, and then we had cushions on the floor. I would look and I said, "Oh my God, look at this guy, he's wild, man. You were a wild man."
Was it?
Oh, you were wild.
He was with it in his head. He knew what he wanted, but he just could not control the movements in his body. He was, poor guy was restrained. We had to keep him against the wall because he just kept trying to get out of bed. He just kept saying, "I don't know what's going on, but I want to get up. I want to get up."
We really didn't know what his mental status was. Before his accident, very strong, strapping young man, handsome guy, worked in security, and I think we can attribute that to his recovery.
So our main goal was to get the trach out of his way, because it seemed like that was irritating him a little bit. They were able to get him off the ventilator, but they weren't successful in getting the trach totally out. So us as a team, that was our goal when it came through the door. He couldn't breathe right. I mean, he was breathing adequately enough, but sometimes he just forget how to breathe. So it's just like you figure all that things in there, and you think, okay, it's one day we're not going to be able to secure that airway. I mean, some days he would just look like he was horrible, turn blue, and you're just like, okay, let's do what we can do to make sure he tries to survive. And he's overcome so much from the beginning to now.
Once his arms were free, it like freed his mind, that he was not encumbered by this accident. And then all of a sudden one day, I said, "Hey, John," and you looked at me.
I did.
You looked at me like, "Oh my God," I said, he's in there, thank God, we've got a chance, and it was just such a moment, because we knew then that we had a shot at this guy.
And all of a sudden, the one day I just said, "John, I want to see, just take your socks off for me." Took them off, I'm like, "Okay, we're getting somewhere. Let's get you out of the posing." Sat up, dingled his feet off, sat up by himself. I'm like, "Okay, let's try to stand then." It was just one day. Started connecting the dots, and so doing multi-step activities with him. So it was night and day. It seemed like.
Hi, I'm Doug McCoy, and I'm good friends with John here, and I'm the CEO of the building, and just enjoying having a little bit of time with John and hanging out, talking sports and football, and
It's real nice.
getting a few betting tips.
Our nursing supervisor, Lisa Drake, spent an incredible amount of time with John, and it was daily on Lisa's part to make sure that he was able to incorporate back into society, to speak, to communicate, taking the time as you would take with a small child to teach them things. And John was very much childlike when we started to work with him. But working together as a full team, we were able to bring John to a point where he was no longer anxious, no longer needed any kind of restraining or anything like that, and really needed less and less of our protection. And we've seen him develop into the person that he's going to become one day.
And all of a sudden, John started to bloom, and his recovery has been nothing short of miraculous.
I can walk a little bit. I'm still working on it though. I do a lot of speech therapy and a little bit of writing.
It really speaks to the fact that what Kindred's mission is here is to really help every one of our patients. And with John, it was really the force behind everything is because we did everything we could here as an LTAC. And I think with all of us bonding together and all of us, I mean, we go out and got pizza for John, and we just had a little pizza party, and that was John's first meal, right? What's your favorite?
Pizza's one of my favorites.
I really did see you from the very beginning, and I knew that you had all the pieces there, and as that neurologist said, it will all come together like a puzzle that comes back together.
That's good. I can't wait for that day.
You're there.
I'm there.
Yeah, you're there. You just keep going forward from here. There's no backwards now. It's just more and more and more.
More and more.
Yeah.
John, do you want to say anything to Barry?
I just want to thank Barry for everything, for the support, for helping me through this. It really means a lot. I'm very lucky to have somebody like you in my life.
As I told everyone in the beginning, which there was a lot of doubters, I said, you watch, you're going to walk or roll back into work. I'm going to push him in, if it need be. John says he has a higher goal bar. He said he wants to walk in.
I want to walk.
I said, well, okay, whatever, you know. But either way, you're coming back to work.
Cool. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been a part of my care. It's really been good. I feel very special.
You know deep down inside the guy you were
Right?
and the guy you're going to be again,
Right?
and you are. We have every hope and optimism that we can bring John back to the way he was. Don't you think?
I think I got a good start.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.